and good morning, everybody. The book Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon is about a little girl whose grandmother gives her some helpful advice on how to handle difficult situations. So I wanted to talk to you today about how do we handle difficult situations. And I know many of us now are experiencing a lot of changes in our world. Maybe we're at school, but being at school, our teachers may not all be there and our friends may not all be there. And some of us aren't able to go to school and we're back at home with our loving families, but we miss our friends and our teachers. So let's talk about our emotions during this kind of challenging time, and hopefully we will learn ways of dealing and coping with our emotions in this difficult time. So first of all, how many of you may be feeling a little worried right now? We're kind of worried, right? I mean, we're worried about when are we going to go back to school, or when am I going to be able to see all my friends again and see my teachers? And that is an emotion that all of us are feeling right now. We're kind of worried. And how many of you have felt a little bit of anger, right? We've been a little angry. Maybe we're out of our routines and we're spending more time with our friends, or maybe more time with our family members than we're used to. And so sometimes when there's a lot of togetherness, there's also a lot of situations that come up that may be challenging. How many of you have been sad during this time? We're missing our friends and our teachers, or maybe we're missing the fact that we can't go to the special parks and the places that we're used to going outside and enjoying. And also, some of us may be experiencing just surprise and not knowing what's going to be in our future. So these are all healthy emotions, and they're all normal, because I can tell you, Miss Beth has been feeling some of those too. But if we go back to what we talk about when we start our classes, we talk about, you got it, taking deep breaths. And one of the things that taking deep breaths do for us is it helps us get back to our calm place. So I would like for you to practice with me some breathing, and maybe you can have your mom or your dad or a family member, and you can teach them how we breathe too. So remember, we breathe in through our nose, and then we hold it for 3 seconds, and then we breathe out through our mouths. So let's try that. All right, we're going to breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Let's try that again. Breathe in, hold it, and let's breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, smell the rose, hold it, and breathe out. How many of you feel a little bit better just by doing that? Not only does it help us get back to our calm, but actually it's helping our brain. That oxygen going into our brain is actually helping our brain make better decisions. And when I was a little girl, my grandmother when I used to get upset, my grandmother used to say, well, just count to 10. Just count to 10. Well, this is kind of like counting to 10, because we're breathing in, holding it for a few seconds, and breathing out. So, our grandmothers know a lot. They have a lot of wisdom. So the story, Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon, is actually a story about a grandmother who gives her granddaughter some very helpful advice. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some things that we can do when we're dealing with some of those difficult emotions. And in the story, Molly Lou is teased by a little boy in her new school, and he name calls her, and he tries to embarrass her, and he teases her. But Molly Lou's grandmother gave her some really helpful advice. And what she said was, when somebody says that, when somebody teases you or is hurtful, you don't have to listen to the unkind words. You can be true to yourself and smile and go on. And that's what Molly Lou did in the story. So let's talk about some of the things that are happening right now with our emotions. Maybe you're spending more time with family members, and maybe you get into an argument with your brother or your sister, or maybe they've taken a toy away from you that you wanted to play with. So what are some of the things that we can do to help us and help them? So one of the things we would do is we were going to take those breaths, right? We're going to take a deep breath when we get upset, when we're sad, when we're hurt. We're going to take those deep breaths. That's the first thing. And then the second thing we want to do, and we've talked about this in class too, is we're going to use our words. We're going to explain what those emotions are. And we're going to tell our family members or our friends that we are not happy with the choices that they've made because they're hurtful. So we can use our voice. So let's say somebody took your toy that you wanted to play with. Or maybe somebody accidentally hurt you. So what's the first thing you're going to do? All right, well, let's take that deep breath. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say to our friend or our family member, you know, it was really hurtful when you took that toy from me. I really wanted to play with it. Next time, could you please ask me? It was really hurtful when you bopped me on the head, and I don't like it when people bop me on the head. Next time, could you please not do that? Okay, so using our words actually explains our feelings, and it actually gives the other person an opportunity to make things right. Hopefully, we can practice this, and it can help us get back to our calm place and help us get along with our friends and our family members at this challenging time. Hope you all have a great day, and I look forward to the next time we're together. Bye now.